Live on digital television, The Show 2016. Celebrating the best boys basketball players in Colorado. The Show, a presentation of BioCat Sports Network. Producers of showcase events and academic elite camps for student athletes. Basketball, volleyball, soccer, football, and baseball. Biocats.com. And by Badger Sport, your go-to manufacturer of high-performance sports apparel, jerseys, staff activewear, team uniforms. Visit badgersport.com. Now, courtside in Lakewood, Colorado, Marty Cesario on Stream It Sports.
Here we are, 16 years later. It was 16 years ago that a business-savvy marketing executive, who also happened to be a local basketball fan, decided he wanted to create an event that would celebrate the top high school basketball players in the state of Colorado. Well, that happened. The community embraced it. The players enjoyed it. The selection to the show became one of the top honors that you could get in the state of Colorado as a student athlete. And, of course, all the media, like us, well, we enjoyed being a part of that process, too. So here we are in year 16. It's the show 2016. We've got a new venue, some new parts running the thing, but I think we're going to have the same results. If we do anything correct, if the kids have fun and we get to showcase the best, the elite of basketball in the state of Colorado, I think everybody's going to win. That's what's coming up next. We're in Lakewood, Colorado. I'm Marty Cesario. The show 2016 is on the way here on Stream It Sports.
Number one,
we're here in
Braxton, Bertolette.
Colorado, and we're going to look at the starting
Number
lineups.
3, Samuel
These
Howard.
are the player announcements by Matt McGregor.
Number 4, junior from Cherokee Trail,
And we'll go ahead and take
Jaizec,
that live feed
Lottie.
from the public address. Again, Matt McGregor
Just wave to us, Jaizec.
bringing you the player announcements along
Number
with coaches
11,
and the starters
out of Pueblo West,
for the
junior,
show 2016.
David Simental. Number 21, senior, out of Colorado Academy, Justin Bassey. Number 5, senior, Rangeview High School, Tyrei Randall. Number 14, senior, ThunderRidge, Austin Mueller. Number 15, senior, Aurora Central High School, Elijah Coleman. Number 25, senior, Pueblo South High School, Maleek Johnson. Number 35, senior, Arvada West, Dallas Walton. Your coaches for the white team, out of Pueblo West, Bobby Tyler and Doug McGraw. Now your blue team roster. Number 2, senior from Denver East, Jack Buckmelter. Number 5, senior, Arvada West, Luke Neff. Number 14, senior from Regis Jesuit High School, Jeffrey Kelly. Number 15, senior, ThunderRidge High School, Clay Verk. Number 24, junior from Vista Ridge, Hunter Maldonado. Number 0, senior, Overland, Gervais Robinson. Number 10, senior, Cherokee Trail, David Thornton. Number 23, out of Lewis Palmer High School, Jonathan Scott. Number 25, senior from Pueblo Central, Michael Ranson. And number 30, senior from Fairview, Frank Ryder. Your coaches for the blue team, from Overland, Danny Fisher, and from Vista Ridge, Joe Heights.
So thanks to Matt McGregor. Beautiful job on public address. And you saw some of the players for each of the squads in the show 2016. Let's recap and look at some of the rosters. We'll start with Team White. You get a look at all those players who have been honored with selection, including head coach Bobby Tyler from the state champion Pueblo West Cyclones. Bobby Tyler, 10-year man down there. What a beautiful story with the Cyclones getting that state championship. The first 5 out there, you see Randall, Mueller, and the gang. And then now we flip over to Team Blue and look at the talented squad that they have. The coaches, Danny Fisher, who has 2 consecutive championships with Overland High School. Joe Heights out of Vista Ridge. And there's the first 5 on the floor for Thornton, Scott, Ranson, and Ryder. Quite amazing. Michael Ranson driving, one of the top scorers in the state. Justin Bassey to the interior, and I think you already get a glimpse in that first possession. There's going to be athleticism here in Lakewood tonight as you see the elites in basketball out here on the floor. Gervais Robinson with the steal. He's pushing up against 2 and gets it to fall through. David Thornton looking for the rebound, but Robinson gets the bucket. Robinson in high school. What a good story for Robinson. Went to the Prep Academy his junior year, watched his former buddies, the Blazers, win a championship, came back and able to get a championship himself. A score for Blue. We're even 2-2, just underway. The 2016 version of the show, live from Lakewood. Deep corner Michael Ranson, he can do that. Multiple 30-plus point games, a couple of 50-point games for Michael Ranson out of Pueblo Central High School. Elijah Coleman, A Central in the house. Coleman splashes the deep ball. Thornton tries to match it, no good. Down the floor, here it comes. Ryder. Excuse me, that's Austin Mueller, who's on his way to play up in Laramie at the University of Wyoming. So Mueller on the board for Team White, and a 2-point lead for the guys in the white jerseys. It's an all-star game, no competitive impact. And with these guys out on the floor, you get this. Bam! Elijah Coleman giving you some TV love. Coleman with the dunk. Now some physical play as Tyrei Randall attacks Robinson. Here comes Team White. Coleman looking for that rebound. Maleek Johnson unable to get it. Jonathan Scott gonna push. And there's a strong move to the interior and eventually a layup for Jonathan Scott out of Lewis Palmer High School. The match, a couple of guys who know each other well down in the southern region of Colorado. Maleek Johnson from Pueblo South who gets the score. And White with an early 5-point lead, 5:30 mark, first quarter. Dunk, David Thornton. David Thornton, one of the most athletic kids in the entire state, a huge track star. My understanding is he has one of the top national scores in the high jump. And you see some of that. Tyrei Randall matches it up, and here's the scoring. Back and forth, and that's how it will be. And that's part of the fun and entertainment of being here on site and you watching the show here on Stream It Sports. Slow down for just a moment with a rare whistle that we're going to have. Marty Cesario here, Phil Mildren, our executive producer, Jeremy Davies, camera operations, Carlin Chavez, my D1 MW, our courtside producer. Carlin played ball up at Colorado State University. Ramey's in the house. I may be one of them, just with not so much skill. So here comes Team White with a 2-point lead. Crossover, crowd reacts, and getting it to fall. Tyrei Randall. Randall is an unsigned senior. Somebody's going to get themselves a nice late signee. So Randall with the score, pause in the action, empty possession. White gets the ball back with a 4-point lead. Randall is going to get the ball. I thought for a moment David Thornton was going to press him, not the case. Thornton just wants to keep eyeballs on Austin Mueller. High screen, Dallas Walton, and the big bomb from Tyrei Randall. Hey, fair to say it's realistic. It's an opportunity for someone like Tyrei Randall to showcase himself here at this event, and also being on a broadcast that is technically available across the globe. So Randall showing well for himself. Both these squads made up of predominantly seniors. That's the tilt in the selection process. We do have some juniors out there. Braxton Bertolette, I see, is out on the floor. He's one of them. Sam Howard, a defending back-to-back state champion from Colorado Springs Christian School. Nice moment for Sam Howard, who got the recent basket for the white team. This is the house that Sam Howard will be playing in next year in the RMAC at Colorado Christian University. Behind the back, looking good, but good read by Hunter Maldonado out of Vista Ridge. Good defense. David Simental, no. And a board for Clay Verk. Heard that one. Palming the ball midcourt with the steal, Tyrei Randall, and the whistle blown. So Mr. Randall out of Rangeview High School. Program under head coach Sean Palmer at Rangeview in Aurora. Randall recognized not only here for the All-State show, but also a member of the A-Town All-Stars event. That was just about a month ago that you saw here on Stream It Sports. Randall hits two, and Randall has come to play. He's dialed in. Up the floor, Jack Buckmelter from Denver East. Alley-oop attempt, and Randall with a steal. Maldonado has it from Vista Ridge. Bam! Two-hand dunk on the run for Hunter Maldonado, who's one of those rare juniors out on the floor. Bertolette from about 28. He's also a junior, so a couple of 2017s matching their skills. Dunk Maldonado, three-pointer Bertolette. Bassey on the drive underneath Sam Howard. Those two very familiar with each other, being two combatants within the Class 3A level. So Justin Bassey, who's on his way to play for the Harvard Crimson, gets a bucket for Team White with a sizable lead early on, 2:17 mark first quarter. Clay Verk, he can hit that. Verk, a future Stetson player. Chasing for the possible rebound, but problem David Simental is shooting. David Simental, a Class 4A state champion for the Cyclones of Pueblo West. Spin move forces reaction from the crowd. And that'll be a whistle blown, and white team's going to take it. Simental takes it from Justin Bassey, bringing it up the floor left to right. So a quick sizable lead for Team White. Luke Neff now up top, fronting Simental. Meanwhile, Coleman gets up in the air and can't get it to fall. So here's Luke Neff out of Arvada West. Maldonado gonna let one fly. Neff with the big rebound. Future DU pioneer from A West. He wants it, and he can hit that. Nope, not that time. And a good rebound from Hunter Maldonado, Vista Ridge. Bassey working off the drive. been so fun to watch. Justin Bassey, 3-time All-Stater, the 7th all-time leading scorer in the state of Colorado, Justin Bassey, who will inbounds right now up top. Bertolette, Jeff Kelly with the steal. Kelly takes it back and draws the foul. Ooh, that's the last thing we want to see in the showcase event. Elijah Coleman trying to challenge and ends up on the floor. Elijah Coleman, who will play at Black Hills State in South Dakota next year, so he's another player who will become familiar with this arena in the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference. Probably one of those where you're shocked at first, but then you get up, and he's a Trojan. And he's not going to let that affect him. Take a breather on the seat. We'll have a little cleanup duty on the left side. Hey, by the way, shout out to the CCU Cougars. Community service is what they call it. Maybe they've been volunteered. But all the players from the men's basketball program under head coach Kevin Lubbers have been helping facilitate the festivities here this evening on their home campus at the Event Center. Thought that's another one of the cool moments, too, or a nice piece to it, is even though we've had some changes, no NBA arena, you get to play on a college campus and get to hang out with college ballers, which most of these guys are going to be. Put back by Bassey, that's no good. Nice low 5. Touched on that earlier. Bassey, Howard, part of programs that are 3A superpowers, Colorado Academy and CSCS, the Lions, down in the Springs. See Bassey's numbers, and you get a good look at him, size and power, and then you don't go to Harvard unless you can get in. And Justin Bassey, one of those kids who hits the books hard. It's always been top focus. I mean, running somebody's business. Buck Belter, we've seen that over the last couple of years out of Denver East. Can't hit that time. Bertolette with the shot from the corner, and that's a 3. So a couple from Braxton Bertolette out of Fossil Ridge High School, playing under Coach Matt Johansson. And a rare pause in play. The officials out on the court, Mike Grimberg, Steve Colts, Kirk Smith, under the direction of everybody here. Keep the whistles hanging on your chest as much as you can, except for these guys are so sizable and athletic. They're going to bang into each other with violence, and sometimes you're just forced to make the call because it's too obvious. Clay Verk out of ThunderRidge, a future Stetson Hatter. Fun guy to watch. Catches your eye because of the size at 6'8", and he's got a couple pounds on him. But nimble on his feet, can do things inside and out. Out of ThunderRidge High School under head coach Joe Ortiz. Right now, Clay Burke has his mouthpiece hanging out of his mouth because we're loose like that in an all-star showcase. He may have heard me. Up top, crowd gets quiet. The kick to Simental. No good, crowd groans. Buckmelter to Neff. At the buzzer, and that's the end of one. So White starts out strong. We'll have to keep an eye on Elijah Coleman. And we'll take a break, return for the second quarter here on Stream It Sports. It's the show. Second quarter, here comes Gervais right in front of us. Sub-Zero. He answers back because he's got awareness. Or I'm loud. Second quarter has just begun. Team Blue down 17 as Gervais Robinson right on cue to start things off. Couple of attempts and gets one to fall. Gervais Robinson, also one of the unsigned seniors out there on the floor. Gervais is going to have some opportunities, just no decision yet. Ranson out of Pueblo Central, going to push, and he'll leave for Gervais Robinson. And now we get a nice little highlight segment to celebrate what Gervais Robinson is. There's a good look. 15, he's back out on the floor for White. Elijah Coleman. Good defense by Ranson. Robinson, hard bounce pass to big Frank Ryder. The Fairview Knight with the slam on digital TV. It's a nice exchange with head coach Danny Fisher across the way for Team Blue. Does not have Deron Davis, the big fellow, who's going to Indiana, unavailable even though he's selected. He said it was going to be refreshing to coach some bigs that weren't Deron. Those guys have been together so long, and he specifically pointed out Frank Ryder. So Ryder gets the dunk for Team Blue. White still with a double-digit lead as Austin Mueller getting harassed by Jonathan Scott. Coleman from deep, short and off the rim, and here comes Scott. Nice, pretty bounce pass with the left on the run, finds David Robinson. Scott with the assist to David Robinson and the bucket. Pardon me, David Thornton, which is definitely a brain twerk for me, considering there have been 5 Thorntons rolling through the state of Colorado playing basketball for quite a long time. So apologies to the Thornton family. Shout out to Vonnie. Tyrei Randall, you see his stats, 17 a game. 6'5" with the length. Beautiful start in this game. In the first quarter, number 5 got a lot of work done. 6:02 mark, second quarter. Robinson behind the back. And then eventually the give over to Scott. And look at those guys working together. Yeah, there's club ball and they all know each other, but still, they're not from the same high school programs. And so Robinson, Scott, and then Frank Ryder from Boco eventually finishing things off. That's why Wyoming wants Austin Mueller. Such size and length, and gets up off the floor, you can't challenge it. Austin Mueller with a bucket out of ThunderRidge High School. Long shot there. Dallas Walton, the future CU Buffalo. He's going to play point guard up there? Is that the deal? Yeah, maybe not. I don't think Dom Collier wants any of that, and Tad Boyle. But maybe the outside shot. Dallas Walton, a great story. Some love to his dad, too. He got a really nice dad who's been watching his son who's endured some injuries. You might see Dallas Walton down in the post there, 3-5 wide. Has that knee brace. He had to go through some injuries, so it's great for him to come out of it and still be able to go to a Pac-12 program. White ball, up 6. Coleman seems to be fine, right? Ain't nothing wrong with that tailbone. So Coleman looking good out of Aurora Central. And he's got the ball once again. Ooh, picked by Gervais Robinson. Who's he looking for? Well, the defense collapses, takes the shot. Ryder with the follow. 4:14 in the second quarter. Randall called for it, can't get that one to fall. Chasing, good job, Walton. Ryder with the steal. Bam, okay, here comes the hands team. No tip back, settled in. Mueller, 3-on-1. Up to Walton and the dunk. So the Grizzly feeds the Purple Cat, results in a Dallas Walton dunk. Timeout, 3:48. And we'll take a break with them. Real quick, after this highlight, here's Mueller on the run. So many options at the wings. Big fella, 7 foot. That is pretty TV. We'll be right back. Return to the action, 3:47 timestamp here in the second quarter. And Luke Neff gives it to Hunter Maldonado. Neff's going to get that long rebound. And now Clay Verk will shoot. Guys have lost their touch just a little bit. I'm not sure how many of them have ever been inside this arena. CCU Event Center, Lakewood, north side of the Denver metropolitan area. Neff smiles, thought he had Buckmelter down there. But Maleek Johnson, the Colt from Pueblo South, reads it well and makes the steal. And then he'll do that. Maleek Johnson. Another senior unside. Still, I talked to Maleek, a brief conversation. He said, I've got some options. I'm just trying to make the right decision. That's okay. Big smile, Jeff Kelly. Jeff Kelly, his future head coach, is in the house. Jeff Culver and the UCCS Mountain Lions will enjoy the employment and the basketball prowess of Jeff Kelly out of Regis Jesuit. Team Blue defending, down 8. Now they have the basketball. Here comes Luke Neff. So great transition defense twice in a row. Maleek Johnson, forced turnovers. Bertolette with the step back, way up high, and that's a little off. Here comes Jack Buckmelter from the East Angels. Pretty piece of work, unselfish, in an all-star environment. Jeff Kelly feeds Clay Verk, and that is a bucket for the Blue. Buckmelter getting some boards. He's got the basketball. Jack Buckmelter just a couple of days ago committed to play for Colgate. Well, that's good basketball right there, and eventually Hunter Maldonado gets the basket for the Vista Ridge Wolves and Team Blue. Nice weekend for Maldonado, able to come and be a part of this with Joe Heitz across the way, part of the coaching staff for Team Blue. There's Maldonado driving again. Coach Height shared with me during the week, during production calls, he said Hunter Maldonado was out at an event in California, so I had to call him up after selections were announced. And he said he just said, Hunter, would you mind being stuck with me for another event? Of course, the answer is yes. So there is Hunter Maldonado, the 2017 from the Sea Springs area. 1 of 2 on that one, 124 here in the third. And Jack Buckmelter. Jack's doing some work around the glass. A guy who we've seen score so much in Jack Buckmelter, but also in the last regular season, led the state in assists, and there it is, down the floor. So the vision and the instinct of Buckmelter results in another dunk from Hunter Maldonado. Jeff Kelly fronting Bassey, and now we see the big boys battle. Howard spins on Verk. Johnson gets through, and the bucket. Maleek Johnson playing some great defense. 26-second mark, second quarter. In moments, we'll be joined by Neil Devlin of the Denver Post. As Maldonado scores again. Neil, who has 30-plus years of experience covering the preps level in the state of Colorado, is a go-to. Also, here in the 16th year of this event, the show, Neil has been part of the selection process the entire way. I've been honored to be a part of that myself, but I don't have the chops Neil Devlin does, so we bring him in to carry the halftime. So another yo segment coming up with Neil Devlin. As Buckmelter pushes it down the floor, you hear the buzzer, and got a tight ball game. 1-point spread. And the two squads will come back out on the floor in just a little bit. So we'll take a quick break. A little confusion across the way. That's okay, guys. Settle down. Take a break. And we'll take one, too, and we'll have Neil come in moments here on Stream It Sports. We return to Lakewood, halftime segment. 1-point game between the boys here at the show on the campus of CCU, joined by the man, another yo segment we're calling it.
Yo.
From the Denver Post, it's
Yo.
Neil Devlin. There aren't many who know these guys and what they've done throughout the course of 4 years of playing high school basketball, but Neil Devlin, here at the show, Neil, let's discuss again what the show is and why it's important to have it, in case someone's just joining us.
Well, it's an off-season event, which is important, and it keeps the game relevant, and it gives the kids not only that one last chance to play, but they play with different people, maybe show some stuff to some other people as well. We battle the club and the academies and stuff. Here's something high school generated that's really cool.
What makes it fun for you? Because I know part of this is just you're energized by being around these young guys.
Well, overall or this game?
Overall.
Well, I'll tell you, I figured out a long time ago that not only would they pay me to write stories about kids for the newspaper, but I always believe firmly in the following. The kid in my house or down the street or in my development or my town or my area deserves to be in a major metropolitan newspaper as much as Peyton Manning or John Elway. I believe that firmly.
Absolutely.
And we have a public here that agrees with me. They want their kids in the paper. And I don't see why they can't be in the paper. I'm battling with them all the time downtown, and it's the nature of the beast, and they know that, and really they're gracious to me, and I'm grateful for every inch or area that they give me, allow me to do.
Right.
It's a two-way street.
Right.
Make no mistake.
Yeah, you leverage what you can to do what you believe in and you love, and I'm with you too. One of my arguments I always say is you can never touch me more closer to my heart than talk about kids.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, especially mine. I have no connection whatsoever to the running back for the Denver Broncos.
Oh, I know. And there's too many rules, man. He's not talking today, or
right.
He's going to be unavailable, and it should be the other way around. They should be
right.
the easiest guys to talk to.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
It's just that simple. They should be, but now they're like, companies, basically.
Right.
They're CEOs of their own deal, you know.
Well, one thing is, you know, it was nice. It had a lot of attractiveness to it. The previous 15 years was the show was held by and held at the venue that was the home of you know, our NBA franchise. Now it's switched. We got new people running it. We got a new place. What's your feeling now that we've been here a couple hours and it's happening for real? What's your feeling?
Well, why not? I mean, I'm for going to you know, Mines or someplace like that, or any other RMAC school in the area, what have you. I mean, why not? Give it a go.
Right. What are the positives that you see or that you feel?
Well, it's a smaller venue, so you don't get lost. It might be less of an attraction, and it needs to be, obviously, and it could be this year, closer to the end of the season, you know, to keep it relevant and fresh and everything like that. I mean, they resurrected it here quickly, late, so of course we're playing later, and it can't conflict with anything like maybe some important spring sports or something like that.
Right. Let me ask you this, because my sense through the last couple of weeks, because, you know, I've been with you on all those conversations, you know, that are done electronically, and my opinion is I think, you know, a usually very supportive basketball community, and then media also, I'm one of them, so are you, was just folded arms waiting to see what's this going to be now that it's something different.
Oh, I agree totally. I mean, when I was approached about it, I thought, okay, you know, you're not real sure. But
nice
I mean,
idea.
we went through the process and picked the teams and all that stuff, and you know, we're battling club for girls now, as well as some spring sports, even though we have this great fickle weather here in Colorado. It's awesome. I love living here, but I think we've seen what we've needed to see to carry it over, and I think it will work because, like you said, there is a loyal basketball community around here. There is no doubt about it. I mean, I'm selective. I'm sure you are too in the kind of games we go to.
Yeah.
And that's because I can be, of course. But when you do that, you get to like the higher end, and you see, man, people come out and watch these games. There's no doubt about it, which is cool.
Yeah,
I like that.
It's a good feeling when we get those big games between the top tens and that, and those high school communities all show up.
I remember when the Thunderdome opened, and you know, Billups was playing, and in the late 90s, you couldn't get into Columbine or Chatfield unless you got in before the JV game. Pueblo does very well. Winners do very well on the whole.
Yeah.
You know, so, I mean, there's crowds here, and they want to see the kids play, and, you know, it's a good deal. It doesn't take forever. It doesn't cost that much. It's cool entertainment. It fits into the entertainment cycle that we offer as a whole here for Colorado.
I think it's awesome you mentioned the Thunderdome when they were trying to figure out what time of day they should do it, weekend, you know, and I was like, a Saturday at the Thunderdome? Are you kidding me? Talk about awesome. Give me the bellow drum line, the Dakota jump ropers, and two of the top palm squads.
Absolutely. I mean, and that place had just so many great games in the 90s there, man. I mean, it's different now. The schools have changed and everything, but what a run that was.
Right.
It was cool, man, and it was a happening. And basketball is a social thing for the inner city of Denver. I mean, like when Billups was in 8th grade, the old-timers in the neighborhood, not all old guys, but you know, of that ilk, pulled me aside and said, hey, man, you got to go see this kid. And they were right.
Right.
I was pleased that they thought enough of me to tell me, which was cool.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So I thought, I'll go see him. And you know, when he was a freshman, man, I went and saw him, and I was pretty sure I thought I saw what I saw. Went back the next game, saw the same thing. I was convinced. At the time, my older brother John was working with me. I didn't tell him. I said, go see George. When you come back, we'll talk. Because I said, this kid's the best player I've seen.
You know, it's funny you say that, too. Part of why I want to be involved in and was rooting for this to happen and stay alive was you mentioned that. You get it more than I do, but, you know, I know a dad. He texts me, and he's got a kid, and I don't want this thing to die. I want that kid to get this opportunity. You know?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly.
I mean, the only thing is that I knew some kids bought because they cost like $50 to play, but I mean, that was nature of the beast of the resurrection.
Exactly.
That's all.
Exactly. Well, cool. We'll enjoy a couple of more quarters coming out here as you see Team Blue warming up. Big smile, Jack Buckmelter, one of those DPL guys. Neil Devlin from the Denver Post. Make sure you go to DPO, that is Denver Post Online, and and witnessed his craft.
And go through Yo.
Go through Yo.
Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it.
You bet. Say hi to Morgan for us, too.
I will. Thank you very much.
Appreciate that.
Bye-bye.
Neil Devlin, again, from the Denver Post, running our show here at halftime. We'll be back in moments for more of the show 2016. What a beautiful setting. It is not an NBA arena, but it is a colorful venue, real tight. We look at some of those starters again, just to, put their names on the floor and on the screen there. You saw Team White, and there's the first five, we're calling them, for Team White. Team Blue, there's the five who started the game for Team Blue. As we've just begun here in the third quarter, and it starts with Elijah Coleman hitting a three from the far corner in a game that, is fairly competitive. It's pretty tight, 4-point spread. White has the lead defending, and Dallas Walton with that length getting up above the rim for the rebound. Coleman pushing, he stops and gets it to drop. The Aurora kids are dialed in. When I think of Tyrei Randall and Elijah Coleman, I've seen some good stuff from those two. As Jeff Kelly tries spin move and then gives to Clay Verk. A little off, and there's the big guy, Jack Buckmelter. I keep saying that because he's getting a lot of rebounds, and then Buckmelter hits. Future Colgate player out of Denver East High School. So Buckmelter hits it to bring Blue within 4 as we have another stoppage in play. Again, the officials, Mike Grimberg, Steve Colts, Kirk Smith. Got to be fun for them. Really not a lot of pressure for those guys out on the floor wearing the black and white. Jeff Kelly turns around, able to get that one to drop. The RMAC will become more familiar with that over the course of the next 4 years, on his way to play for UCCS. Randall drives on Maldonado.
Nice driving run, number 5.
Lengthy wingspan that allows him to get the ball up, and Randall scores again. Luke Neff waiting for Luke to land one. Simental stops, pulls back, and able to get that one to drop. Bobby Tyler, his head coach, is on staff for Team White across the way. I thought it was a great compliment when Bobby Tyler, speaking of David Simental, as you see Buckmelter get a putback and score. He said, I honestly, when I talk about Simental, Bobby Tyler as a freshman who's involved in the Pueblo West program, he said, I tell my son, I say, just watch David, watch David. And he's talking about how David works to get to be this good. Getting some work done down low. Dallas Walton able to get a dunk down, his second of the game. Buckmelter now switching it up on us. Back to the outside, Buckmelter. We've seen over the course of a couple of years, Buckmelter been known to splash 6 threes in a row, and all of a sudden the game just changed on you. So Blue is now within 3 after the Buckmelter score. Good hustle, Luke Neff. Buckmelter streaking down the floor. Maldonado behind his back. And how about Dallas Walton with the board behind his back, down the floor. Bassey with the dunk. Starting to pick up the pace. 4:50 mark here in the third quarter. In this all-star game, they call it the show. There's Luke. He liked that feel, Luke Neff. Down there on University and Evans, they're going to like that. On the campus of the University of Denver next year. Calling for it, Buckmelter off. See, there's one of those non-whistles. Someone borrowed the right hand of Jeff Kelly for a moment. And a three-pointer hit. And now a rare timeout. Look across the way if we can zoom in. One of the young men selected to the show was Jaizec Lottie. He is the young man sitting right there with the number 4 on his jersey. There's Jaizec Lottie. Just last night broke his foot. I'm not sure if it was club or pickup, but he broke his foot. You can see that. I think it's awesome that Jaizec decided to still come here. I know the event director said, we'll still honor you. And I said, yeah, you know, we'll put him on TV. He deserves it. Kid out of Cherokee Trail High School. Suffered an injury just last night, unable to participate. Pretty sure his dad's in the house. There's the numbers on Jaizec Lottie, a point guard with a whole lot of skill, averaging 16 a game and 7 assists. He's here to be recognized and also cheer on his teammate, David Thornton, who is playing for Team Blue. Good job, guys. Appreciate that. Just wanted to jump on the opportunity. So Alex, Jeremy, Phil, appreciate a chance to at least give some recognition to Mr. Lottie. Michael Ranson up top. Give to Scott. No look wrap and can't get it to the interior. Maleek Johnson has come here to commit larceny. Several steals by Maleek Johnson, who was underneath and trying to kick it back out. Quick hands, David Thornton. Mueller extends and gets it to fall. Big smile on the face of Austin Mueller from ThunderRidge High School in Highlands Ranch. To the inside. Gervais Robinson gets the score. Here comes another surge in the pace. White team with the ball and a 5-point lead. 3:23 mark here in the third. The Sabercat Bertolette can't get it to fall. Sam Howard will chase it down. Ooh, careful. No rolled ankles here. .306 in the third at the show in Lakewood. Bassey with the board. Can't get that to fall. Eventually, big Sam Howard. So Samuel Howard scores. And White now has a 7-point lead.
Foul on number 3, Sam Howard. That is his second, team first. Robinson to shoot 2.
Sam Howard with his 1,600 career points. Over 1,000 career rebounds. Far side number 3 in White. Sam Howard, Gervais Robinson. There's a look at his stats. Thanks, guys. 13 points a game.
Replaces number 21, Bassey.
Out of Overland High School. I still think of Danny Fitcher, describing him as kind of a renaissance man. Which probably fits Gervais trying to find the right spot. Gervais has a lot more to him than just the game of basketball. Gervais has the basketball after a rebound. David Thornton streaking right wing, but Maleek Johnson again with the hands. Everybody check your wallet and your keys because Maleek Johnson is in the house. Three-pointer. So we're down to a 2-point game. What's great is, again, it's an exhibition, right? Michael Ranson can't get it to fall. But you know if it gets tight at the end of this, yeah, they're all competitive young athletes. And very familiar with each other. Through high school, club. Block, Frank Ryder.
Blocked by Ryder.
What time was that? That was nighttime. Frank Ryder, who is going to play at the University of San Diego with a block here at the show. Little work around there. Good team play. Scott to Ranson. Oh, Ranson with the follow. Wanted him to get that. There's a nice little 2 minutes of real time for Frank Ryder with the block and then the putback back down the other end. Ooh, here's a good one. We've been waiting for this. Walton over the top of Ryder. Can't get that to fall. 1:19 mark, third quarter. Jonathan Scott has the basketball. Been trying to get that backdoor oop feed to Thornton. Doesn't happen. Scott elevates. Can't get it to fall. Big smile from him. Over to Dallas Walton. Picked by Ryder. Here it comes. Yeah, Jonathan and I are going to have a talk because I shut up. I was leading him. Let's feed him. But he did get the bucket. 36 seconds left in the third. 2-point game. Walton drives, and that shot is errant as Tyrei Robinson will bring it up. Stops, pops, and Tyrei hits it from three. Just as white team was able to get within two, Tyrei Robinson hits a three-pointer. And Bertolette tries to match it and does.
Bertolette for three.
The Ridge squad happy up north as Braxton Bertolette hits the three to bring White back within two, and that's the end of three. We have one more quarter, 8 minutes of basketball. The elites on the floor here in Lakewood. We'll bring that to you in moments on Stream It Sports. Fourth quarter just started. Jack Buckmelter in front of me, gonna feed Luke Neff. And we'll have the final 8 minutes of the show, 2016. The All-Star Extravaganza here live from Lakewood, Colorado. We are at the CCU Event Center. Want to thank the Cougars community for hosting the event. We appreciate that. David Simental, who made the trip up from Pueblo so he could do that. Land the three. If you haven't been watching weather forecasts or not from Colorado, we've been enduring another spring storm. We're okay with that. We're quirky. It makes us better. Been getting hammered by precipitation. Now, it hasn't been the Armageddon snow. They were talking maybe 5 inches in the Lakewood area, 13 at some other spots. We just did that about a week ago, by the way. I know I had 28 inches where I live on the west side. But it's been mostly rain. Still, you know, a little bit more of a challenge for those who are not from the Denver area as Jack Buckmelter lands another three. Is Rudy in the building? The East Angel hits a three after spending most of the first half, getting most of the boards. Jack Buckmelter.
Number 2, Jack Buckmelter, that is his third, team second.
Extending the blue lead to 4 points. It's been blue for a while with the lead. White has hung in there. Just can't get over the hump. Randall. Three-pointer, Tyrei Randall.
Point shot by Randall.
Rangeview. So the Raider hits it. And it's a 1-point game. Ball stays alive. Luke Neff. And there's an interesting exchange because, again, remember, it's a show, right? So Dallas Walton and Luke Neff, who are Arvada West teammates, are on opposite teams. Walton has the basketball, wants to match Luke, but after Luke Neff hits the three, he gave some jog to his buddy Dallas. Sam Howard, he's got that shot, and that's going to work well in the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference. Again, Sam Howard, this is his future home. He will play for Coach Lubbers at CCU. Randall again, not this time. Buckmelter rebound, 2-point game. Blue still leads, they have the basketball. Missed shot on the run, no follow, here comes White. Randall, and reverse layup is good, and we've got a tie game. 5:32 mark, fourth quarter. Tyrei Randall has just evened us up. 80 apiece, except for Luke Neff. Danny Fisher gets up and goes, look, I can't stop you.
Timeout on the floor, referees.
And now a timeout called across the way. And a little deliberation. Just be respectful of those who are volunteers. 82-81 is what we have on your score, Buck. That's what we see on the board. So they're talking about what the score is. So how about that? That's Danny Fisher, the head coach of the back-to-back champion Overland Trailblazers, having a discussion.
Argument over what our score is. These guys don't know what to detail off.
And they'll try to figure it out.
They're just going so fast.
If you look to the left, another local product, that's Ty McGee from Devlin High School, who plays for the Cougars at CCU. And they figure this thing out. So, score reset, 5:21 on the clock, 1-point lead Blue. Coleman for the lead, no. And Elijah keeps it alive. No look inside, good hands, Howard makes the steal. Buckmelter. We were talking about that in the third quarter. We've seen that where he can hit and string a few of those in a row, and Jack's been doing it here at the show 2016. White.
On number 5, Luke Neff. That is his first, team third.
So we'll check on the score. We read 2-point lead Blue after the Buckmelter make from the outside. Now we're evened up once again. 4:49, fourth quarter. Verk on the drive, and that's no good. Here comes Elijah. These guys are having fun. Yeah, we'll give you that one. And a missed shot from the outside as Verk, the point guard. Eventually leave back to Neff, and he can't get it to fall. Good tip by Jeff Kelly. And Clay Verk gets the score. Bassey step back. We've watched that for years. And that's usually what happens, and that's why he scores 26 a game at the high school level. 1-point lead for the White squad. 4:02 remaining. Down low, thought about the give, and then Randall hits it. High percentage has been Ty Randall here in the show 2016. They get chastised by the referee across the way because he's old school. That's nothing but love. Yeah, I ain't mad at you. That's love. So the officiating crew fully engaged here in this all-star event. 3:47 on the clock. We have the timeouts. See some new blood out there. Michael Ranson, 25. Is coming out for Team Blue. I see Gervais, Ryder, Jonathan Scott, David Thornton's out there. White team, see them moving left to right on your screen. Braxton, Austin, Justin. Jack Eberhard gets hammered. Ranson a little off, and Big rebound from Austin Mueller. That's what's going to be dangerous with Austin in the Mountain West. At 6'7", a shooting guard, being able to come and help out and rebound like that. 3:29 left in the 2016 show. Johnson tries to pick Johnny Scott. You might be familiar with that name. The Scott family keeps churning out D1 basketball players, or D2. Think of Josh, who just graduated out of the CU program. Jordan, who played up in Idaho. Now Jonathan, and there's another one coming, by the way. At the end of this game, crowd's starting to look for some highlights. That one's off, 3-point game, under 3 to play in the fourth quarter of the show. Ooh, Gervais goes Gervin, but it doesn't fall. Ryder with the turnaround. That's why they had to have him out west at the University of San Diego. So the Fairview kid hits it. And it's a 1-point game. Bertolette, not that time. Rebound, Frank Ryder. 2:25 remaining. There's Ryder on the drive. Down the floor, is you might have heard through the crowd microphones, Joe Heitz and Danny Fisher across the way telling them to push it. Push it down the floor. Bobby Tyler's been kind of stoic, seated most of the time. You'll see him right about there. He's the guy in the blue jersey across the way, next to the man in the dark jersey who is his assistant, Doug McGraw. I point that out because Bobby Tyler is usually standing up all the time. He's had a full year. Playing the most games you can play and getting a state championship for the Pueblo West Cyclones. Justin Bassey sits down. This is kind of a home event for him. Colorado Academy is just down the road. There's Jonathan Scott with the putback, and now Blue has the lead by 1. 1:49 left. I want to make sure I point out here while we have a pause during free throws from Tyrei Randall. Thought it was a nice moment while I discussed with Neil Devlin from the Denver Post. The man who created this event, Che Villalpando, was honored at halftime and presented with a nice piece of recognition. He is in the building, so it's nice to have him here. He's the guy who used to wrangle all the media together and somehow facilitate use of an NBA arena. Slightly involved in consulting for this event now, as it had to make abrupt changes. The key is the show did not die. 1:24 on the clock, 1-point game. Ranson on the drive, and he'll draw the whistle. Michael Ranson's going to play Big Sky Ball next year. He'll go up to Greeley and play for the Northern Colorado Bears. Led the state in scoring 2 years in a row, an all-stater. There it is, look at that. Alex's graphics are not messed up, 33 a game. Pretty solid. Ranson can shoot the ball. Then he got a compliment from head coach Danny Fisher saying, yeah, he doesn't have to shoot either. He can do all sorts of things. 1-point lead for the Blue. 1:10 left in the game. Bertolette turnaround from deep. Gets it to fall in a timeout. So Bertolette scores from the outside. We don't have official stats in the exhibition, but I think that's the third or fourth Braxton Bertolette three-pointer. Bertolette a 2017, so just a junior, so Fossil Ridge will be able to enjoy his work next year in Front Range League battle. There's a good look of the guys in white, including Jaizec Lottie, working his upward dog and his balance on the one leg. Again, it just happened, so he's just getting used to it with the temporary cast there. .105 left, and oh, this is awesome. So Tyrei Randall goes and snoops in on the huddle of the blue team. Good work, Tyrei. You got to stay sharp in the EMAC. If you're not going to seal off your huddle, they will come and steal signs or offer suggestions. So we'll see how Randall defends what he picked up on. Gervais got loose and hits the 3. 46 seconds left. 1 point game after the Robinson three-pointer. Bertolette tries to match it, and he lands it from the outside. 32 seconds left. And a 2-point lead for Team White after the Bertolette three-pointer. Scramble. Gervais spins, hits it, tie ball game. Under 20 to play. We're even at 97 apiece. I will offer the note, but can we go 2 years in a row having to hustle for overtime? So here's the note. Someone asked me this. You guys know what you do on overtime? And I had to bring this up to people in the arena when we did the walkthrough at the production meetings. Last year, the show had overtime. Everyone had to adjust to what they would do. Resulted in a sudden death. First bucket wins it. We went 3.5 minutes before David Carey out of Denver East scored to finish the contest. And here we are again. Shout out, by the way, to David Carey, one of our favorite players, playing down in Texas Southern. 97-97 and a timeout, 7.8 on the clock. You can hear Matt McGregor on the public address system. I'm waiting for Matt to give the scenario. I'm not sure he knows what it is if we do go overtime. Tie ball game. Maleek Johnson will inbound. Team White will have it. Can we have a buzzer beater at the show? First time on a college campus. Over the top. And now it will be blue ball. White argues there's a tip, every single one of them. This I know we will not have replay at the show. And a timeout now. Bobby Tyler takes a timeout. White team's gonna have to defend. We're getting a look off camera at the replay because every single White team member thought for sure there was a tip. And we'll just see, here's the proof. Ooh, careful. That's a tough call.
It's inconclusive on replay, guys, sorry.
Maybe, maybe not Gervais Robinson touched that basketball.
I don't know if we got the right camera angle.
Perhaps we need to leverage that highlight. This is part of the internet community, right? It's digital television. Tweet if you want the replay, or favorite if you don't. Final possession, here comes David Thornton. Oh, and we're gonna have free throws with 2.4 seconds left. and it's a non-shooting foul, so a stoppage in play. There's David Thornton right there out of Cherokee Trail. Hello to Coach Gregory somewhere. Gervais for the win. That is how a senior and state champion finishes a show.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for these guys, because they put on quite the show for you tonight. They put on a huge show for you.
Outstanding. Gervais Robinson, nonverbal connection with David Thornton. Gervais gets the ball, step back, fade from 27, and lands it to win it. What a great moment. Hashtag OVE, because Gervais just finished it. We'll take a break. We're going to talk to a couple players, have some discussions with coaches, and we'll be right back for postgame here at the show.
And now we're back for postgame here. Great way to finish off a show. We'll probably talk to that guy in just a moment and get him on camera. Speaking of Zero popping his jersey after the buzzer beater. One guy we wanted to note is Jack Buckmelter. Wanted to get your reaction to just be involved in something like this, being selected and then playing in this game. Now that you've done it, what was it like for you?
I was really excited to be selected. I was really excited, and it was really fun. I couldn't believe how fun it was. It was great, and it was fun because it was so close. It was not just an all-star game where everyone was just shooting the ball every time. I felt like we were actually playing regularly, so I had a great time. It was really fun.
With you, we noted you were getting so many rebounds. I mean, you're an outside shooter. You're great at collecting assists, but you're getting all those rebounds. And we never know how you guys are going to play approaching an exhibition, right? Why is it important for you to play that hard?
I mean, I was just trying to play hard. There wasn't really much. I don't really try to I couldn't not play hard. It'd be weird not to go hard. So I was just doing my best the ball was just bouncing to me. I was getting lucky. It just came my way a few times.
And let me ask you, you're an outside shooter, big shot like that to finish it. What was your reaction?
Man, I was excited. That was awesome. That was crazy. I couldn't even believe he got it off because I thought he blocked it. But, man, that was awesome. I was really excited.
All right, well, hey, congratulations, and congratulations on the selection. Enjoy yourself. So Jack Buckmelter is going to play at Colgate next year. A guy who started things off with strength and then really showcased himself well is Tyrei Randall from Rangeview High School. Why was it important for you to play so well tonight?
I just wanted to go out with my last high school game with a blast and came out and have fun, and I liked the way it came out. So.
You were selected to be an A-Town All-Star, and now here in the show, I mean, what does that say about you as a basketball player?
It shows that my talents has came a long way and they're starting to pay off. So I'm just glad to be blessed with the talents that I have and be here in this position.
You've been on digital television also twice in the last month. You're an unsigned guy right now. What do you think people maybe discovered if they're beyond the state about Tyrei Randall?
That I can flat out go. Like, if you piss me off, then best believe you're going to get busted. So that's all I could say.
Tyrei can play. He can go. All right, congratulations. And then finally, we got to finish off with this guy, Jaizec, who is on his second consecutive digital TV post game, and you earned it. We're trying to figure out who we're going to get, and then all of a sudden, you hit that big bucket. What's that like? You're an 18-year-old kid. This is an all-star game representing the entire state, and you hit the big three. What does that mean to you?
I mean, that's like a dream come true. It's something that every kid dreams of, hitting a buzzer beater. Like, this is my last high school game. It's been a good year. I'm still sitting here just waiting to see what's next. So I'm just happy I could come out and have fun one last time with kids I've been growing up with. So, yeah.
What do you tell your friends and your family what it's like? You won a state championship. You were an A-Town All-Star yourself. You're an MVP at the show. How do you explain that to your family and friends?
God is good. It's all thanks to him first, and just hard work in the gym, just pushing myself. I had great teammates this year. My parents, they always support me, so that's where that comes from.
Well, make sure you give some love to David for giving you a feed. I saw you guys looking at each other. Congratulations. Gervais Robinson also is an unsigned senior, so he and Tyrei Randall are trying to find the best fit for what they're going to do at the next level. Congratulations to Team Blue after the Gervais Robinson buzzer beater to finish. We're going to try to talk to Jerry Howard and also Kevin Lubbers, who we must recognize. Kevin Lubbers is the head of the men's basketball program here at Colorado Christian University. We didn't even describe how much that guy did, including setting up the scoring table for us, moving around banners. For a man who is a Division II head basketball coach to do that so these kids could have this moment, I think that's something we want to point out here on TV. We'll go ahead and take a break, and then we'll get those two fellas on the air because we think it's important to share with you. Again, blue team wins. Gervais splash at 0-0 on the clock. We'll be back in a moment on Stream It Sports. We return to put on a couple of important gentlemen who were involved in the process of the show 2016. We were talking about you, Coach, by the way. It was important to get Kevin Lubbers on here. He's the head men's basketball coach at Colorado Christian University. You're a Division II basketball coach at the college level. What's your reaction after spending an evening with all these great high school basketball players?
Yeah, it was really fun to watch. I mean, the kids played hard, and they, all-star games typically float for a while, and then it's cool to see the score be close and kids step up and make plays. I mean, that's why they're in this game, because they know how to make plays and do it with each other, and it was just fun. I mean, the competitive spirit was really cool to see. So
why was it important for you, not only the basketball program, but the university giving your venue so these kids could have the experience? Which, hey, fair to say the show was in trouble, right? Yeah. Why was it important for you guys to make that offer?
Yeah, we just, I think really value the high school basketball culture here in the state of Colorado and want to do everything we can to help support it. So, we the coaches and kids are committed, and they get after it all year long. And it's just fun to be able to be a part of the things tonight and help out in any way we can. So
Big Sam look good to you?
Yeah, we're excited he's joining us in the fall. So we're pleased about that. And, we're excited about all the guys that are coming to join us. And he's certainly going to be a big piece of our team for the next 4 years. So we're excited about it.
Samuel Howard from Colorado Springs Christian is going to have this place as his home. Hey, thanks, Kevin. Appreciate that. Good work. We have to talk to the guy who pretty much funded this whole event and organized the whole thing from BioCat Sports Network is Jerry Howard. I just want to ask you flat out. You put in a lot of effort. You took a shot. It's a risk, right? Are you happy with what you did and why?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. The biggest thing is being a former being on the media selection committee and knowing that when the Nuggets were going to drop the show, wanted to pick it up. Big advocate for Colorado high school basketball, and mainly very, very happy. This turned out very well. A ton of work with a lot of people. As you know, went into putting this together, and just want to give a shout out to Badger for helping with the apparel and the gear. But yeah, we did a great job. Jack came out and did some great pictures, and really happy with how it all turned out.
What do you think the kids will say? Because they're all going to go out and have pizza and burgers and that. In what ways do you think they enjoyed this experience because it's new?
Well, the biggest thing was actually putting it back on. I mean, we've had a ton of community support from not just the high school coaches, but even the college coaches and the kids. They wanted an event to keep going and living on, and from that aspect, I thought it went really well. And then as far as what the kids have all been saying is they really love the swag. They love the gear. They were like, the uniforms were great. All the other stuff that they got as being a part of it was great. So I think it was positive all around.
I think you did a great job. And that's the swag. Even though kids love swag, we know that it was very important for Biocats and those running the event that you knew you didn't have the NBA franchise involved, so you have to do some other things to attract their attention and also, add value to them being selected.
Yeah, and I think all the parents and like I said, all the parents, all the players, all the coaches, they thought this was a great venue, a great event. It looked really well, and ending on a last-second three-pointer was incredible.
Yeah, and that's an added value too, though. Even though previous shows were televised under traditional television, I will add, because it's fair. Technically, across the globe, people just watch Jervay Robinson splash a three to win the All-Star event, and that is factual. All right, thank you, Jerry.
All right, thanks.
Appreciate that. So we'll go ahead and wrap it up. What a great night here in Lakewood, Colorado. Again, thanks to CCU. Jerry mentioned Badger Sports, who did some donations with the swag. Of course, we got to thank Biocats Sports Network for funding and organizing the event. And also to the folks with Stream It Sports for offering you an opportunity to watch this broadcast from within Colorado if you're family, and also if you're just a basketball fan beyond the borders of Colorado. Phil Mildren, the executive producer, Alex Wines, we want to thank him so much. Also, Jeremy upstairs with the camera operations, and then Carlin Chavez, who is our courtside director. I'm Marty Cesario. Hope you enjoyed that. We're going to do this again in 2017. Thank you so much for joining us, and good night from Lakewood.
That concludes our broadcast of the show, Boys Basketball All-Star Game. The show is a presentation of Biocat Sports Network, producers of showcase events and academic elite camps for student athletes, and sponsored by Badger Sport, your go-to manufacturer of high-performance sports apparel. This has been a Stream It Sports production.